I was speaking to one of my old schoolmates. He sent me a message, and now he is in a foreign country, and he wanted my service. So obviously, when people want my service, only they get in touch with me. Say, hey man, how are you? Old time and long time, and blah blah, went on. Then obviously he wanted my resume rebrand services, and I was, honored. Like a guy who, my schoolmate, and that also, he was one of the smart guys, rank holders. So I said, yeah, this is my charge. And he said, yeah, I'm aware of your charges, all that. So as we went on making the profile and all that, I do it live. I casually asked him some personal stuff like, what did you do after school and this and that. And he told me that he married his childhood sweetheart whom he was friendly with, even in school days. I don't remember her, but he asked me, do you remember this girl? And I said no. So he told me, she used to hate you. She still thinks you're mad. You think you're mad before, she thinks you're mad even now. So I said, doesn't matter. But then when I asked him, we are asking each other about family, wife, So I asked him, how many children do you have? So he said he has 5. I said, you have 5? He's saying, yeah, and the 6th one is on the way. I said, how the hell are you managing with 5 children and now 6th one? He's saying, yeah, man, don't ask. Okay. I told him, you know that I have 1 kid, right? Saying, yeah, I've seen her videos and all that. Then I told him, see, boss, even though my expenses are lower here in Thailand, even though I'm living, thankfully, a comfortable life, I still find having 1 kid, 1 baby, so stressful. Forget the money. The money is one part of it. You have to spend and give it a good life. But the attention, the time, the nurturing, even getting her ready, changing her diaper when she wants to go to the toilet, my baby wears a diaper, and the 110 questions that she has, and teaching her after school, and going up and down to pick her up. And he's saying, yeah, tell me about it, man. I said, for me, 1 is such a big issue. How are you managing with like 5 and plus 1? And then he gave me this cliche answer because he's religious, saying, it's only God who gives me the strength. I just told him, see, boss, God didn't tell you to make your wife pregnant, and God didn't tell you to have so many kids. You did it with your own free will. He said, yeah. He laughed. He said, I know. Saying, I'm just saying that this was destined. So I kind of like understood that, he's being defensive about it. And finally, I just focused on other topics. And now, why am I bringing this up? See, the thing is, you see, why he got in touch with me? Because he lost his job. Okay. And he wanted to rebrand his personal brand, whatever, and CV and all that stuff. But now, when you don't have a job, you have husband, wife, you have to pay for 2 people. And then you have to pay for the 3rd person who is your child. Now, in my case, it's 1, 2, 3. So 1 person is earning for 3 people. In his case, it is husband is earning, feed the wife, and then you have 6 children. So that is plus 6 is 6 plus 2, 8. So 1 person's income goes for 8 children. In fact, when people tell me that they have 2 kids, that itself I sometimes don't understand. How do you manage? People have told me, Loy, why don't you have 1 more kid, man? 1 boy, 1 girl, or she'll have a companion. Yeah, all that sounds very nice. Sounds very romantic. Immediately I asked him, if I die tomorrow, who is going to take care? My wife can't earn. She'll be a rice farmer. She will get maybe $200 or $300 a month for 12 hours of work with traveling. So in $200 or $300, what life? Forget 2 babies, 1 baby will have, and including herself. Then I know what you'll say. How do others manage? Yeah, others manage by giving them a life that is so simple. There is no internet, there is no eating fresh food or this. It is living a simple life, rice and whatever little bit you get to eat. School is the cheapest school, college is optional, and they become what? Farmers to work in the sun. So that's what my wife will continue, and that's what my baby will become. So now imagine if I have one more kid. That is what they'll become, right? In fact, I even asked my wife, one day my small baby girl said, she pointed at my wife's stomach and said, baby. And she said, I want what? Sister, brother, something she said like that. So my wife was laughing, and then she informed me, see, she wants a brother or sister. So I told my wife, you seriously have the stamina to take care of one more kid? She said, oh, no, please. Even though my wife doesn't worry about money, the time and attention that she gives the baby, it is so taxing that she's exhausted. See, what I want you to understand is, having children you can have. There are some Muslims who have 100 children. You can search this on Google. He has 54 wives and 100 children. And fine, if the government is going to take care, but in his case, government doesn't take care. I don't know, they live hand to mouth or whatever nonsense. If you are bringing in children into the world and not bothered about giving them quality education, a good life, you're not bothered about spending time, then have as many as you like. But then when they grow up, especially when they reach part of being a teen, then the headache starts. And then one fine day, they will turn around and say, Dad or Mom, I want to go to college, this college, that college. And the amount of money you'll have to shell out for that will be maybe equivalent to 10 years of savings, man. So who's going to do that? In fact, have a look at India. How many parents literally save 20 years of their life, 20, 25 years, 30 years, their savings to put their children in college? I'm not talking of USA. USA, they tell the 18-year-old, you take a bank loan in your name and next 30 years you pay it off. But if you're going to take care of the child's education, how much money will go, man? And that is assuming your health is perfect, you're alive, husband and wife both are okay, and you can manage. What if you lose your job like this guy? He lost his job and he has been without a job for months. Then what do you do? And forget all that. Do you know how many young boys and girls, because parents are not, they don't have the time to spend with them because both of them are working. These young men and young women, they are so lost. They don't know what they are doing in life. They don't know what they are supposed to do. They don't have role models. They think they know everything. But they are a nuisance to society. I'm not talking of criminals, and I'm not talking of people who are antisocial. That itself is another headache. In fact, in USA, you can search this. Why do you think so many blacks are in jail and all that? Or even for that matter, whites. Because they come from broken families. Single mother, single father. When you don't have mother-father together and the child grows up, will join bad company, right? And the problem with our Indian society, or these conservative societies who still stay married, husband is working somewhere, wife is working somewhere, they work 8 hours with 2 hours traveling or 3 hours traveling. By the time they come home, they're exhausted, and the child just goes to the school. It's like a daycare center or college, and by the time they come home, They just look at each other before dinner, and they'll take their dinner and sit in their room and go to sleep. They become like roommates. And the child grows up to be luck. You want that? See, I don't know about you, okay? But for me, one kid is a big responsibility. The time to take this kid up and down to school. Every day I take my baby to 7-Eleven to buy something. Feeding her, my wife does. Talking to her, my wife does. Checking her homework and schoolwork, my wife does. Putting her to sleep on time, making her wake up on time. Cleaning her, bathing her, talking to her. It's a 24-hour job, man. Simply having children for the sake of having children, then say it was God's will, and God didn't come and insert something, and it is not his sperm that brought this kid into the world. Nut job. Use bloody protection, man. Maybe they should ask the family, please give me a box of condoms for my birthday, New Year, and I don't know, Christmas or Easter or Diwali or whatever. So, lifetime supply of contraceptives. Like one of my wife's sister, cousin, husband loves having sex. They ended up having, I think, 3 or 4. And she doesn't have a job, and so finally what she did is she took a loan and got her tubes tied up. So now because she can't tell the husband, don't have sex, others he'll go outside. So now, nothing. No matter how much he squirts inside her, she's not going to get pregnant. Problem solved. But now they have to take care of these 3 or 4 kids. They're finding it very hard. How I know this? Most of the time, my baby's toys and clothes and all that, my wife sends it to these people. What's the use of living that kind of life? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. You guys let me know. Should you have 2 kids? Is it necessary to have 2 kids? Or you need to know your budget and you need to know how much you can afford and have 1. In fact, in many cases I tell people don't have a kid. Seriously, just don't have a kid. Your life will be much better. Then obviously the question is, who will take care of you when you grow old? There's no guarantee your current child will take care. You think my child, I have guarantees she'll take care? Maybe she'll say, irritating guy, let him bugger off. No assurance for anything in this world. Anyway, the Indian saying is, hum do, we two, hamare do, our two. I think the Chinese policy is good. We two are one. We two are one or our one. Yeah, that is best. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Alright. Guys, take care. This is me signing off.